if I'm not mistaken. That's gonna be that. What's that planet that's close to us?
I have no idea right now. Mars?
Is it Mars? That's a planet. That's shining star. Some people call it the Christmas star. Even though Christmas is over. But that's it. That is a star right there. Well, thank you, me love. Oops. And thank you, everyone, for joining us for coffee at 6:17 in the morning, Puerto Rico time. One day left.
Oh.
Just one day, guys.
Listen to my cookie.
But that is a planet up there. I think it's Saturn. I don't have my thing on my phone, which I wish I did. Remember my map for the stars?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I wish I took it off. I took it off.
You should have left it alone.
Should have left it alone. Same thing with the plane thing. I took it off too. Too many apps, but that's beautiful. That star right there. I mean, it is perfect. And then you got the tower to the right, the radio station. And then you got, it's where the sun comes up. Right where that star is, right around in that area, maybe to the left. Or maybe exactly in that spot it rises to. People getting ready to go to work.
I've seen Morgan downstairs. His car's already gone. So
Oh, he left at 5 or something this morning. Yeah, I got up. I couldn't sleep no more. I started packing, getting ready. That sun is, that star is bright there. Looks really nice.
Took on a little bit of coffee this morning.
Okay, baby.
Coffee went down the wrong pipe.
That is such a beautiful scene. Let's see what it looks like far away. But that star is bright. Starlight, star bright. Wish upon that star tonight. But yeah, this is it, baby. The last nighttime. Oh, no, one more nighttime. No, we got one more sunrise.
In the morning. But we'll be watching it come up from the airport. That's for sure.
Yepers. Beautiful star. Yeah, one more morning we might catch it.
Yep.
Might not. we'll know. Get back out here. There we go. This would be cool just to sit out here. See if we can see that truck. Gotta put play, baby. Hopefully the live is coming through.
I didn't go to bed till 10 o'clock.
No?
No.
You went to bed late? All I heard you say was goodbye to somebody on the phone.
Ani.
But no.
And then tomorrow I put my other chip back in my phone.
Yep. We back in the business.
Poor Ani, she tried calling 3 or 4 times last night, my phone.
Did she?
Yeah, when she realized, oh crap, I'm using the wrong, calling the wrong number.
Yep, there goes another car. Down the hill. We are doing good, Houston.
Now you're doing good, Houston.
That star is bright as all heck.
I can still hear the cookie.
Yeah, the cookies are getting ready to go to bed.
Yep, they've been up all night. Did you hear that wind this morning?
You mean last night?
Was it last night?
Oh, yeah.
I was like, whew. I felt it. I was like, oh, it's going to cool off. I'm surprised it's calm this morning.
It was windy. Well, they had that storm that was
Yeah.
coming from that across San Juan. And then they had the cold front. Or should I say the cold front from
Up north, yeah.
Yeah,
It
was riding across. Because the lowest it gets here is 68, it says. 68 all week at nighttime.
That's not bad.
No. Let's see that right there.
Coffee?
No, but there you go. Well, at least you know better. Now my coffee. It's coffee time.
Yep.
Coffee with BB.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Oh, yep. She came in.
5:25. Over there in Florida, 6:25 here. Dad Vader's probably sleeping his Super Bowl dreams away. He wakes up like that movie Groundhog Day. Did they really lose? Did my Bucks really lose? He wakes up every day. Yep.
Apparently Kansas City's having the same dream. Because they thought they had that in the bag from what I read on Google yesterday.
Well, I guess he was in the Super Bowl. People were saying the Rams. I could have sworn I could have sworn I seen it was the 49ers. Let's see here. Rams against the Bengals.
Yep.
So, I guess that means the Rams are going to try to do the same things the Bucks did. It's another team that got the home stadium.
Advantage.
I don't know if they. Well, it all depends who won. The AFC against the NFC. Wow, from Manhattan. New York. Common wife teacher. Hello there.
Good morning.
Bet it's 5:27 New York.
She's probably getting ready to go to work.
But this is Puerto Rico, Rincon. So she is a New York City mom, wife, and teacher. Well, good luck to you over there. Hope things are doing good in New York.
Well, we know the weather's not, so.
Right. We know the weather's cold. Yeah, it's cold over there, but
Yeah.
she's a mom, a wife, and a teacher.
That's cool.
I don't know if she homeschools or she teaches a class. Good morning, New York City, husband of New York City mom, wife, and teacher, Francisco. Hello there.
Hey, good morning.
And then we got Ed's. I think that's the guy from another country. How you doing there? I don't want to say Taiwan and mess it up. Yep.
Good morning, everybody. Hope you guys have a great day.
Yeah, especially.
I know in New York it's a nasty day, but try to have a good
cold,
day. It's
probably
cold.
snowy.
God.
That's what they talk about over here, believe it or not, in Puerto Rico.
They talk about, on the news.
The pizza, I'm going to tell you something, Francisco.
The pizza here is better than New York.
If you grew up, when I was in New Jersey, I whatchamacallit, always ate New York pizza. And I'm talking about the early 80s, 70s. And this right here is, I'm not lying.
It kicks butt.
It reminds me of the New York City pizza from back in the days. There. It is. I mean, it is hard to believe the pizza is better. New York City mom said she can't believe the pizza. I promise you. I don't know if it's because they put a lot of, was it oregano or something?
Yeah.
But I promise you, their pizza reminds me.
And the sauce.
Yeah, old school slices and the taste. It's like, and BB doesn't like thin crust pizza. And I promise you,
I love that one.
she loved this one.
Because
even when we went to New York, we had the dollar pizza. You liked it too.
Yeah. But, I mean, usually when people make that thin crust, it is so freaking hard and it's tough. Not here.
Yeah, but I mean, let me just say to this much, okay? It's up there. It's like Puerto Rican and New York City pizza, and them garlic knots. You can't beat it. I mean, I'm sorry, but the garlic knots here were amazing at this store. It's all the love. Puerto Ricans do everything. Yeah, and I think that's what it is. It's like,
and their sauce is
because we have so
homemade.
much. Yeah, because we have so much. Our tongues have so much flavor.
Yeah.
And we're so used to putting adobo on everything. It's like, they're not putting adobo on pizza. But I'm just trying to say, I think it's that oregano. They
love seasonings.
Yeah, and I promise you, it was kind of like back in the day pizza. I mean, Puerto Rican pizza can topple New York pizza in a fight. It's a close neck and neck.
And then
they plan on retiring over here in Puerto Rico, Francisco and his wife.
Oh,
and
you're gonna love it.
In Playa Cerro Gondo, but they're New York Ricans.
They're New York Ricans. Yeah. Don't feel bad. There's a lot of New York Ricans over here.
Yeah, over here in Rincon, it's a lot of English
Americans
over here. But you know, it's like I was telling BB, when you're born in Puerto Rico, you're a Puerto Rican American. When you're born in the States, you know, you're uh, American Puerto Rican. Like
Right.
you never leave. Like the Puerto Ricans don't ever leave
They never lose their
the United States. That's
right.
what I'm trying to say. Like they are two types of people.
Yeah.
If you're born here, of course, you're Puerto Rican American because you were born in Puerto Rico. That's how you can tell the difference. And then, of course, if you're born over there, you always say, I'm an American Puerto Rican. That just tells people that you're Puerto Rican, but you were born in America and stuff.
And trust me.
Oh, wait till you see New York City Mom. I mean, when you see like we did some things.
The beaches.
Yeah, we did beaches along Aguadilla to Isabela. And I don't even know if we hit them all yet.
No, we didn't.
And, Cabo Rojo, yeah. Yeah, I think I've been there when I was younger. But I promise you, like, the things that we did is not what tourists, the videos we made is not what tourist videos are.
No.
We made videos of what the Puerto Ricans do here.
Well, not just Puerto Ricans, but the Americans that also have
right, like they're
they're
transplanted,
actually, right. You know, because there's a lot of people that are from New York.
Well, they call them Americans,
right?
Because they speak English, but they can be from, England or
whatever, but
Maine.
But the ones that live here, and there's a lot of Americans that have homes here that live here year round, and I'll tell you what, you have a good old time on this side of the island.
Yeah. This side of the island is more English here. They say that the Americans are taking over. Let me just adjust this right here because that star is just amazing out there tonight. But the Americans
here is what's keeping the economy going too.
But
thanks to COVID.
Yeah, she got her GED there, joined the military. Yes, that's what everybody here. They missed the military that when they left. How do you publish so many videos? How do you get? Well, it was like we started doing it for because nobody nowadays prints pictures anymore or makes home videos. So we got into it. I mean, I've always loved to record and I always love to take photography because I have a Toyota Corolla. But anyway, I always loved doing that. So then we started doing it as just for memories because in the beginning, BB never really talked. So we just started doing it as something to look back on. And then we were like, hey, let's just see what happened. Let's try to get our first $100. And then, then YouTube was changing. So then we were like, let's try to get our, first 1,000 subscribers, then get our first 100. And then all of a sudden we were just recording every day. And I don't know, that's just how we got into it. We try to do a couple of videos like we have when we go back to Puerto Rico. I mean, come home from Puerto Rico that we're going to put up. But it's, it's like work now. It's kind of like work. I just bought here a Polaroid camera for a 46th birthday. Yeah, I had a Canon is what first I started off with the little thing, and then what happened was they were giving glares at nighttime. And I wanted to take night pictures, especially of my car. And night scenes without flashes. I used to love just the night. And that's how it started. I bought me a Canon, then I bought a tripod. And then all of a sudden I was like, well, wow, when I was younger, I used to shoot movies on the 8mm, but never really got into editing. And then we ditched the camera and we bought a G7X, which does both. It shoots pictures and it shoots video. Excellent. And then, of course, we use our phone now for that.
Well, yeah, and then...
Love BB on the Robinson 44 helicopter. Oh, that That was the first time she ever flew in a helicopter.
Oh, and I love that.
Yeah. And this is the first time she ever flew on a plane. Yeah, and that's the whole thing, New York City mom. I figure with BB not talking as much and not, now she's breaking out of her camera shot. So that's what I was thinking. I was thinking I can be a narrator to BB's adventure. So then we turned it to her adventure because there's been a lot of places BB's never been to and I've been to because my family had traveled. But then there's been a lot of places we both never been to.
Right. Or things we've never done together.
Yeah. Or at all. Or ever all, So I was like, I can be the narrator and I try to get BB more involved into the talking. So she's getting better at it and stuff. So that's why I try not to talk as much and let her talk more because basically it's like I'm filming about her adventure. Oh, wow. Thanks, Francisco.
Cool.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
We both do.
And thank you. Don't forget New York City mom, too. That's Francisco's wife. Thank you both. But that's how I just did it. I just figured, I can tell a story and then hopefully get her involved in the story to where she can take over the story. Beer on me. Boy, that's a lot of beers here. That's a medallion. That is a medallion. But like I said, we did a lot of things here, not as tourists as Puerto Rico. All of the adventures that we recorded and that are going to be coming out
are like what locals do
is
here.
what locals do here.
Whether you're born Puerto Rican or you're a transplant.
But I'm just trying to say,
the
like,
locals
the people,
here.
the local people here, this is what they do in the off season. And I promise you,
the beaches.
You better put your hiking boots on for these videos because we've gone to some beaches that, if you know in Isabela, there's all rocks out there and everything. But just in Aguadilla, I didn't even know. The military used to own a lot of beaches there. But we went to Survival Beach yesterday.
And there's a reason it's called Survival Beach, baby.
We gave some tips and everything. There's a reason.
It's called
Survival.
Just let me say that God bless the Navy that trained there.
Yes. It says our students love YouTube. I love to share how people grow their channels and think of content. They're 8, but they love YouTube. Yeah, I mean, like, what I like about YouTube too is that if you ever need something that's broken
or you're trying to do something that you've never done before
to learn how to fix it, you can watch it on YouTube. As far as like me and BB go, we don't like, don't get me wrong, we'll play jokes and all that stuff, but everything we record, there's no retake. I can tell you right now, hey, the moon is out, and BB will be like, the moon? And I'll be like, oh shoot, the sun is out, and we keep it in there. Like, we don't edit stuff like that. We don't have bloopers. And
it's raw.
We definitely try to keep out of political and religious stuff, talking about that, unless we've gone to a cemetery or something. So we stay away from that. And the other thing is, like, we try not to swear a lot on here. Not that we swear all the time, but it's
we try not to drop the F-bomb.
Yeah, we try to use the proper words, unless, of course, we're falling down and we're recording at the same time and we happen to say the F-bomb. But yeah, like, YouTube can be good for kids and stuff, as long as they're watching the right thing and not watching those, Tide challenges.
Oh, the TikTok challenges.
All right, Francisco, you have a good one. Says, I have to go to work, but New York City schools closed. Wow. For Lunar New Year. So wifey's home today is awesome. Used to her sharing experience together and have a blast. Well, thank you. Lunar New Year.
Okay, I never heard of that.
I wonder if that's that Chinese or...
Maybe.
because I wanted to do that in Orlando. There's a Chinese section or Chinatown or whatever it's called. It's maybe Taiwan or something. All I know is I wanted to do that. And thank you, Francisco. And he said the New York City's are closed because of that. I mean, New York City reminds me of Puerto Rico too. They got more holidays than than days working and stuff.
They will throw a party for any reason.
Yeah. Yeah. If they can think of a reason to throw a party, they throw a party. But they went back to school here after a winter break yesterday or the day before. I think they went back to school. Because their school starts like August or something like that. Lunar Year is also known. Yeah,
yes, Chinese New Year. Okay.
That's what I wanted to do.
That's what I thought, but I wasn't sure.
Yeah, I wanted to do that. I swear, like there's a Chinatown by Orlando, and someone we had met
had told us that they have a New Year, the New Year celebration.
Yeah, man, we missed it. I tell you, if we weren't in Puerto Rico, we would have definitely done that.
Yeah, because I've seen videos of them doing that, and it
where they're dancing and the dragon thing, or whatever the heck the year is, and all that other stuff, and yeah, that's
that looked really amazing to be part of that.
Oh, she says, however, many countries celebrate the holiday too.
Oh.
Huh. I know, like in New York City, in Chinatown, they celebrate it. I think wherever there is a Chinatown, that they celebrate it.
Well, that would probably be everywhere.
She says, Sierra Gordo is worth visiting. It's a long beach by Dorado and Vega Alta. Okay.
We'll do that our next trip.
That's about 2 hours.
That's almost to San Juan?
Hour and a half or 2 hours from us. Yeah, we didn't make it that far. I promise you, we tried. I promise you. Oh, here. You'll make another cup of coffee?
Yes, my love. I shall make you another cup of coffee. There you go. Thank you.
I promise you, New York City Mom, I thought we were going to do so much. But we're working the Finca and then going over there. And like I said, when we went to Survival Beach yesterday, we went early. We came back. That's all we did. Because all the beaches, like I said, we've been going to. Because I want to go to Manatee Beach. It's supposed to be a beautiful beach out there. But yeah, when we come back again, we're definitely going to keep going across that west coast towards the north and east. Well, that's nice. That is cool to hear that you're living through us. And like I said, we tried just to make the best content that just two amateur people can make, and we just try to be as real as we can be. And like I said, there's going to be some videos. You're going to... I know one thing I didn't get to do, New York City Mom, was they had two train tunnels from the 1700s that they ran across Rincon, Jaguey. They ran across the whole island, basically, and stuff, to deliver water at the time and all that other stuff. Oh, look who's up. I told you, babe. Dad Vader, he's having a Groundhog Day. He's looking at his newspaper to see who's in the Super Bowl again. He's like, I think the Bucks won. And then he goes back to bed. And he wakes up again. I think the Bucks won. Dad Vader is he's top of the morning.
Top of the morning.
2 more days, boy. 2 more days and I get to blow up your email.
Shut it down.
By the way, your husband loves your wing place video. We are huge Hooters fans. I promise you, New York City Mom, if you think Hooters is the bomb, wait till you... And they're only in Florida.
Yeah.
Go to Wing House. I promise you, Wing House will make Hooters look like
McDonald's.
Like Hooters. Like just a bunch of owls. And we did a couple of Wing House videos. And the Wing House videos, you know, not only the chicken wings are big, the people that work there, they got big booties and stuff.
Gotta love the booty and the boobs.
But they're only in Florida. That's the bad thing. And one day we are going to go to the original Wing House, because the guy that used to own the original Wing House, he owns a few. The one in Lakeland, they used to have a hotel there. And then what he did was, I guess he split up with his partner, or he franchised or sold what they call it, Wing House USA and stuff. That's the difference. The Wing House USA is not the original owner. He just sold that. That's why you see Wing Houses everywhere in other countries. But the original guy, he has a few left in Florida.
Hooters in other countries, not
Hooters.
Wing House.
I'm sorry, Hooters.
Get it together. Have some more coffee.
But I'm just saying that the Hooters, and that there's a few that are from the original owner. And then the first one ever is in Clearwater. And we're going to go there one day. But I promise you, Wing House is like
the bomb.
Yeah. You know who else is the bomb? What was the team that beat the...
Oh, shut up.
What's the team that beat the Bucks? Was it the 49ers?
Shut up.
Or was it the Rams? I don't know who it was. That's the bomb.
No, it ain't.
Yeah, BB does have the shirts to that. But like I said, Wing House is only in Florida. You will not find a Wing House.
Yes, I do have the shirts. But right now I can't put them on because I'm too fat. I got too fat.
Got too big.
So now I got a bigger booty, bigger boobs, and a bigger belly.
Now today we have to put the hurricane shutters on half the house today, and tomorrow we got to finish up the rest. We're going to try to come back in May.
Yep. Stay a month.
She said just get a bigger shirt.
Right? I know.
Let me tell you something. The picture quality looks great today. Yeah, we're getting a good signal. I think certain times of the day, I think it's like in St. Augustine where a lot of people use the Wi-Fi. Because you got to remember, unless you have Claro, which is used to be Verizon, which is the best, and they have towers everywhere. The other ones you're struggling.
Yeah, and it pulls out of ours.
Yeah. But I mean, that's my uncle's house to the left, and that's his apartment to the right, and then behind that, the apartments is the movie station. But next time we come here, we're definitely going to be on our internet game, because the laptop's the only thing that we can't use. We can't tether from the phone.
It's the phone's not strong enough.
Yeah. But that's okay, because we're going to get a Claro box.
Yeah.
Or something that we carry with us.
And then while BB's home, BB's going to try to learn some Spanish. I've been picking up some stuff.
She hasn't been to Florida in 20 years. My parents are in Clearwater and St. Pete. Oh, most beautifulest area there. I promise you, like, everyone is moving to Florida.
And it's getting better. The downtown, they've so much.
It's changed. I mean,
and for the good though. For the good.
It's diverse.
Yeah.
Duolingo. Get the app. It works. Okay, we'll check it out.
Yeah.
It's just that being in Puerto Rico, it's like what my uncle says, that when you're in Puerto Rico, you have to realize you're in Puerto Rico.
Right.
Like, Puerto Rico is not like America. So when when you come here, you have to realize like, oh shoot, I'm not in Florida. You know what I'm saying? I'm not in the United States no more.
But
I'm in
that's kind
Puerto
of how I
Rico.
feel like when we're home, and you got other countries coming in and they want to da 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 da. Well,
No, but I'm just trying to say like the thing is the
no.
reality of coming here.
The good thing is they understand what I'm saying.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's just a lot of them
Well,
don't speak English.
well, America is the thing. America is the melting pot.
But
What I
this
was
way I'll be able to communicate with his aunts and stuff because his aunts understand English, but they don't speak it. They don't speak nothing. So
now a lot of people do say when in Rome.
exactly, exactly.
A lot of people do say that uh, Puerto Rico is a nice place to visit than to live, and I believe that if you come here and you can speak Spanish and you have a education, you can have a good life here. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But if you're just saying, you know what, I'm just gonna go guns ho, like a lot of people used to do back in the day when I first moved to Florida from New Jersey.
You're in a rude awakening.
You get a slap in your face. I went from like $18 to $3.35 an hour, but there goes the school bus. But I survived. But in Puerto Rico, it is expensive, and like I said, their rules are different.
And I don't understand. I mean, it is expensive here.
Yeah, it's
and these people, if they make $8 an hour,
that's a blessing.
And that's probably government,
Well, no, there's no. Yeah, that's their government.
Right,
They're
what I'm
Puerto
saying.
Rico, not Fed United States and stuff. It's hard to live on the wages there for sure. My grandmother saved up, bought a house, moved back to yours. Yeah, and that's what a lot of people do. Like if you see my uncle's house there, he was a mailman in the United States, and he served in the Vietnam War.
Yeah.
And then he stood in the National Guard. He did 32 years in the military.
Yeah.
And then he changed his job delivering mail from the United States to Puerto Rico. He's delivering
Sorry, guys.
He's delivering mail. Now he's retired. Even he said when he lived in Jersey City that he had everything. He had a house. He had, he knew everything, the ins and outs. But his wife, she doesn't know English.
And she
My
wanted
aunt,
to come back
she
home.
wanted to come back home, which is, down the road from us, the next family down. That's, who he married. Too. Carmencita's family is the Gonzaleses, which is down the road, in the other sector that's next to us. So he said, because he even told us the story the other day, and then he was like, you know what, I got to start all over again, but because he was doing it for his wife, and look at him, he's adding on to that house, he's putting a garage, I mean,
he's got it going.
And he's retired, but you got to remember, he built a lot of his stuff from having military retirement benefits and postal service. Both his kids are postmasters here. They went to the United States to become postmasters, and then they came here. They transferred to Puerto Rico to become postmasters, because that's how you do it. You get a good government job over there that pays good. So when you come here, you're not getting ripped off. Like you come here, different payment versus over there. That's why they were saying if you have disability income, you don't change it to Puerto Rico disability because it will drop. You leave it to United States disability with an address and a bank and have your checks keep going in there.
Just like with car insurance here.
Mm-hmm.
If we're to bring our car over here, and our cars have a lot of insurance on them because we live in the States, people, well, they drive crazy here too, but that's beside the point. But like if somebody was to hit our car, it would only pay here. It would only pay up to $5,000.
Right.
You know, and for me, that's a scary thought.
Yeah, $5,000 is
nothing.
If your car is not even worth $5,000, you might not get 5,000. But yeah, she said she'll be retired. Yeah, now something like that, New York City mom, that is perfect because you'll have a nice income coming in here.
Right.
So that's when you say, like, you know, that's when you can take away that, well, it's nice to visit Puerto Rico than it is to live here and stuff. Yeah, in the mountains here, everyone is family, like, is different family.
Well, we got people integrating now because people are selling their homes.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, in this section here is the Colombani family. This is Colombani Street. They own a ton. The next section down the road is the Gonzalez family. And then as you keep going down, you'll see signs, and it says you're entering this section. Sector. Yeah. And that just is like, if you're trying to look for something, like, say if I'm downtown and I'm like, yeah, I'm looking for a Colombani, and they'd be like, oh yeah, go straight up this mountain. That's where the Colombanis are, you know. Right. And that's how you can find people and different families, because everybody here doesn't, your neighbor isn't a stranger. Your neighbor is your family. Well, except for those 4 apartments.
Right.
But your neighbor is family. So if you don't get along with someone, you know, you're not getting along with your grandmother, your aunt, your uncle, your cousin.
And that's not a good situation.
No, that's not a good situation when you're surrounded by family and stuff. But even the families here respect each other's property line. They respect each other's home.
Yeah.
You know, it's all about respect. Just because that's your family doesn't mean you go on his property and
do what you want.
Go get your bananas off his property. No, you ask. He's not going to say no. They're family, you know, and everyone barters here. You know, everyone, you know, like he gives free water because he has a well, and he gives free water. He says there's 2 times a day he gives free water. One is after 5, from 5 to something, he gives water. And in the morning till 10 o'clock.
In the morning.
Like
from 5 to 10 in the morning.
Something like that. If you go anytime after that to try to get water, he ain't going to give you water. He ain't even going to open up the gate for you. Because he's, you know, like I said, you just don't want too many people taking advantage of you too and stuff. But no, you know, and then if you have a farm, you know, you have to clean all that. You can't just let that all grow. What he does is he has someone that cleans that and grows bananas. And for the trade is that the guy can grow his fruit on my uncle's land. And my uncle doesn't charge him for using the land for growing fruit. And the guy doesn't charge my uncle for cleaning his land. So all of that guy keeps clean, and he keeps our land clean too.
As well. To a certain point.
Yeah, he keeps it up to a certain point. But that's a barter. You know, that's a trade-off. That's, you know, you're doing me a favor. You're keeping my property clean for free, and you're growing bananas and selling it and stuff. And over here, there's no paper contract. This is by the word and the handshake. So, you know, that
old school.
Yeah, that means a lot. Like, you know, somebody's word and someone's handshake means a lot versus a paper contract. Unless, of course, you're renting you're renting a room or something.
Then you might want a contract.
Yeah. And there's not that many hotels around here. Other than by the beaches, there are resorts. But
villas,
But San Juan is mainly where all the bigger hotels and resorts are there. That's more of a vacationer type of thing. But look at that sun getting ready to come up.
Yeah. BB's fixing to get blinded.
And then that's how you marry people. You know what I mean? You walk through someone's sector and you meet a girl, and next thing you know, you're 2 sectors now are related somehow through marriage. And then when you get divorced, oh my God. What's them 2 people in the United States?
What,
the McCoys.
Hatfield
yeah,
and
then
McCoys?
It'd be like the Hatfield and the McCoys. You don't want to do that, boy. Look at that, son. I mean, that is so beautiful to see that.
I love how the sun reflects off the clouds up there.
And there's always been a lot of black clouds around here around certain times, but it hasn't really rained. Other than in San Juan yesterday, they had a storm that was coming from that area up there. They only got hit real hard with rain and stuff, but
we need the rain over here.
And what's cool sometimes is that you'll see the clouds when they're real low after rainstorm. They'll run right in the valley of this mountain. They'll be below us when the clouds start running across after a nice good rain. That looks beautiful too.
We didn't get to see that one yet. But I got to see cameraman roll.
They said it's finally warming up there. It better be warm by the time we get there, because
I don't know. My mom said next weekend I'm supposed to get another cold front.
Because the lowest in Puerto Rico is 68 right here where we're at. That's the low every night is 68. Windows open and everything. And the highs can be in the 80s around this time of the season. Now, as you're going towards the summertime, or the lows can be in the 70s, you know, 78, or no, not 70, but 75. That's pretty, it's still pretty hot. But this is, like I said, you know, a lot of the videos we did is basically
where locals go and what they do.
Yeah, basically living in Puerto Rico. And a lot of these places we went to that we'll be putting up videos of these beaches, I've never even been to and knew that was there. I just got on BB's Google map and I just said, you know what, let's go here, where all the surfers go. So a lot of places we went to is where the surfers go to. That's all they do from morning till night is surf. And wait till you see some of the waves that we've seen. Oh my God, I missed the cameraman roll. What's BB talking about, the cameraman roll? I'm not gonna answer that one. BB, what are you talking? You talking smack about me? Because I did fall down. I don't want to move the camera, but down there I did fall down. Let me go here real quick. Right down there. I went to trim up the bananas, and I rolled down all the way down. BB's no help. But yeah, I rolled all the way. I want to say 3 rows of bananas. Because when I was cleaning the bananas, I had the leaves underneath me and then the stumps. And I don't know, I went to go step on something. Well, I went to go cut something. I don't know. It was just... all I know is all I could do was laugh and stuff. But you got to be careful because in all reality, I did lose an aunt who slipped down a mountain and she hit her head on a rock. So the older you get, I mean, it's just like anything. There's rocks down there. I mean, this island is not a dirt island. Everything is boulder. Like you may see that red dirt on my uncle's property, but that's boulder. That's crushed down into sand. Like, but yeah, that was. Okay, took a shower, had some free time for jumping in the car. Used Google board and Cerro Gordo. Oh, okay. I have to check that one. But like I said, you know, we'll be back. I think we did pretty good for what we were here. Our purpose was here for. You know, the purpose was here is to check the house, get it open, make sure that everything, the farm, you know, clean the farm up. Because I do want to plant some coffee here. I want like maybe 3 coffee trees, a couple of gandula trees. Get that guy that he's doing the banana farm for us. I'm going to ask him if he can give me a baby from a platano tree. Because my uncle said that's how that guy is. You know, if I ask that guy, can I get one plantain? He'd give it to me and stuff. So, but I want to put like little things that we can get to that we don't have to go down there, because as long as that guy keeps that property clean, I mean, he saves us a lot of time. But there is one area to the left of us that's near the house that we can keep clean. And even if we get older, it's, if we make stairs, it's not a struggle to pick some gandules or to get a cup of coffee and grind them up. I mean, nothing major, but we do want some little things there. Wifey 46, she's retired, 2030, full city pension. She's pushing me to retire. Right? Yeah. And that's not a bad age at 46, so 13 years. Because I'm 56, so I'll be 56 in
May.
In May. And when I was down there working the Finca, yeah, I'm assuming somehow Dad Vader found out I was rolling down the hill.
Yes, I told Erica.
Jesus, are you serious? Anyway, but going on 56, it wasn't that bad down there because we didn't have a lot to cut. Because like I said, the other guy is using the rest of the thing. But even my uncle, he's at 81, and he was even in his finca just trimming. Every day you just go out there, 30 minutes or an hour. You take your time. You clean what you can clean. Oh, go get the battery pack. Hurry up.
All that.
Hopefully this won't die. Batteries, BB's got the thing. But the point is that even that's at a good age where you can have a little finca, just a nice tiny one, and pick them and clean. When you're planting Mary Jane, I tell you right now, like in Puerto Rico, the marijuana laws, you probably get the same time for killing somebody and then for growing marijuana. That's like one of the things and stuff. Yeah, first job was a farm in Vega Alta. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. It's like, even if because this guy, he sells his bananas. That's what a lot of people do. My cousin, he made chocolate. He's making chocolate right now because he has a chocolate farm. He was roasting some yesterday. Oh my God. That smelled so amazing. And that's real without the sweet. Definitely. Just thinking about that chocolate just makes me want to go up there and get some.
Yeah, he's
making... What happened to the battery pack?
The battery pack is dead. Plug this in.
All right, watch out for your coffee. All righty. We got to get some juice in you. All right, BB. The extension cord.
When in Rome.
But Francisco, I thought you can get, over here you can get medical marijuana. But you can only smoke medical marijuana in your house. It's not like Florida. You go to Florida, people smoke medical marijuana. You smell it everywhere. You got it? I mean, you smell everyone's smoking it everywhere. In their cars, in their
work vehicles,
in everywhere. No matter where you go to a party and you could smell it. Let's see if it goes, BB. Oops.
That shit gives me a headache. I got it. You got it?
There it goes.
Woohoo!
But, damn, 22 degrees in Florida.
Damn.
In New York City.
Oh.
But, anyway, the medical marijuana, see, that's how Florida is, too. You can't go smoke marijuana in a park. You can't smoke it while you're driving. Everywhere you drive around in Florida, you can smell someone in front of you blowing up the car with marijuana smell. Like, you smell marijuana everywhere. In Puerto Rico, no. You don't smell marijuana nowhere like that. But I do think there is someone growing a marijuana farm
up down the mountain, because we smell it every time we go by.
Because we go by this one area and it reeks. But I promise you, again, if you get caught growing marijuana, and it's cheap here, it's only $70 for the license, and that's it. In Florida, It can cost almost $1,000 a year. Over here it's 70 a year. But like I said, you got to you if you get caught bringing it home and you got your card, you show you're good. It's just smoking it. Like you cannot smoke that nowhere. You can't go downtown and smoke it. You can't. No, 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 no. Maine, you're allowed to grow 2 plants. Yeah, I think someone's growing a farm out here. And I think in Florida, you're allowed to grow a plant or two, too. Because that was the Florida law. It was you can smoke marijuana. You can smoke it at your house. You can get a DUI, too, if you're high on marijuana. But if you're traveling, you can have it in the car, and I can smoke it. But the driver can't smoke it, say. So someone needed medical. But if you got out the car and you went to an event, you can't smoke it. But like I said, a lot of people in Florida, they don't care. I mean, that's like text messaging and on the phone here. Getting caught.
You don't see them doing
text
that
messaging,
here.
Even at a stoplight or on the phone or whatever. You have that phone in your hand,
Cop
I guarantee you're going to get like an expensive thing. Yeah, all the orange trees died, and lemon trees and grapefruit trees died in Puerto Rico because there was a sickness.
Some kind of disease that come from the Dominican.
Yeah, that came from the Dominican Republic after the hurricane, and it killed I mean, we happen to have one grapefruit tree that survived. Same as text message.
Yeah.
Well, in Florida, you could text message at a red light. And you always got to honk the horn. Do they still have the truck morning selling produce? No, but the loudspeaker, he does come around. But yeah, I remember the eggs and the milk. Yep, that used to happen around here. They used to come around with the eggs from Eggland's Best or something that were stamped. But no, they didn't. I mean, I haven't seen none of that. But they do go around with the speaker to announce funerals, parties, whatever events that are going on. That still happens. But no, the egg guy, he don't come around no more. Yeah, I used to remember that once a week. There used to be a guy that he had houses he would go to, like my aunt's house and all that, and they would get eggs and sometimes milk from them. Yeah, you got to remember, like, in the 2000s, right before the hurricane, a lot of the Puerto Ricans were just going to the newer generation Puerto Ricans were just going to the store. They weren't working the farm. And after Maria, a lot of them are going back into farming again. Because not only is it getting expensive and all that, but it's like, they're all going back into the farming. Because you got to remember, they lived here a whole year, if not more, without electricity or water.
Yep.
And they learned the lesson that, dude, if you don't have a farm, you ain't going to survive, But a lot of them are coming back into farming. Yeah. But there was a period that there was a generation gap where everything was the store. They would go to store for beans and rice and coffee and oranges and all that. They said they used to make them go into the streets to get the eggs from the thing. Yeah. And if you didn't have eggs there, your chicken would lay eggs. And there's a big taste difference. But yeah, Dad Vader, I hate that too, that text messaging. At the lights, you got to sit there and honk the horn. And yeah. But now, like I said, now these people are going back into to farming life again, which is cool. Which is the way it should be. I mean, hell, you got a farm.
You got all this
If
land.
You're not going to sell it, at least friggin' eat it. Or share it. People, like, you bring up bananas to somebody and they give you oranges for it. Or we have a lot of avocado trees here.
And coconut trees.
Yeah, but there's a lot of avocados on my parents. My father planted 1, 2, 3, 4. There's about 5 or 6 avocado
There's
trees.
7 avocado
Is there?
trees.
Yeah.
Yes.
Some of the big ones and some of the little ones and stuff. So that's what's good with the avocados.
Because certain avocados bloom and produce at a certain time of the year.
Damn, he learned how to drive in Ponce, ride motorcycles at 16. Prena. Oh my gosh. Ponce, we're going to go when we do come back. We're going to go over there. Because on that side of the island, towards Mayo West to Ponce, wait till you see the beaches on that side.
So I said, who wants to go to Jamaica for the water
come right here.
in the Bahamas? Just come right here. They're beautiful.
I mean, it's amazing. But Ponce, that's where they make the rum.
That's where I wanted to go.
I want to say Bacardi.
Yeah.
And then they have the firehouse there. But one of the rum castles. And the rum is cheap here. The Puerto Rican rum is cheaper here than United States. Matter of fact, did you want to take some back?
I did.
You got to buy it today.
Yeah, it's at where was that store? Oh, Walgreens. It was cheaper there than Walmart.
We'll go to Walgreens and we'll get.
And it's called Rincon. That's the one. I want.
Okay. That's homemade.
That's the one.
And then they got homemade moonshine. My cousins still have Troncaña.
No, they have a distillery here in Rincon.
No, but I'm saying my cousins.
And I wanted that so I can give one to my mom and
one for what?
And me.
But they do have moonshine. It's still here. Coquito's still around. Troncaña. They still make that here. The announcements still drive around. Sunday there was a Suzuki club that drove around with their music loud, and then a Jeep club,
and then the motorcycles.
So they do that too. Little mini fiebres that they run around and just drive through the mountains,
blasting
like a Sunday
music.
drive, right? Blasting the music with their cars hooked up.
We could hear them a mile away. We could hear them at the bottom of the mountain coming up.
But because of a nice quiet resort in Guanacas, Copa Marina, between Cabo Rojo and Ponce. Oh, wow. Yeah, as I said, when we come back, we're definitely going to hit that side of the area.
Then,
because even in Aguadilla, there's still more. There's still more areas.
Yeah.
And it's not like, you go, you park, there's the beach. Some of these places you got to hike, where the surfers hike to the beaches.
Yeah.
That's what's the cool part is you have 2 adventures. And I don't care. There was people even older than me out there hiking in Survival Beach.
Heck yeah.
Because again, too,
they had it going on.
The Aguadilla Isabela side, that's where the equator of Puerto Rico ends, and it just drops. There's nothing but rocks out, and it just drops.
And it's cool because when the waves smash into it, it looks like it's the bottom of the end of the world.
You could see the end of the crust of the island on the west side.
Yeah.
It's not like by San Juan where it just goes all flat out
and smooth.
Yeah, no. Over here the crust is over here.
Yeah.
On this side of the island.
Where the volcano stopped.
But yeah, there's a lot of places. I know we wouldn't be able to walk El Juque because I'm telling you, we walked 1.5 miles, I think it was.
Yesterday.
La Paraque is very good with shallow water, mangroves during the big. Oh wow! And someone was telling us Manatee Beach too is a beautiful area that's shallow, and it's a small opening that the water comes in.
It's like a cove.
Yeah, it's like a cove. Matter of fact, when we went to one of the beaches, Playa Jobo, they had a cove.
Yeah.
And it was only up to your waist.
Yeah.
Like that I would swim in because I know there ain't no sharks or nothing in that water there. But like there's other places I want to go to too, like Carolina. I do want to go into San Juan. But
I'm glad we didn't go this time.
There's a lot of things happening right now in San Juan. There's a lot of protests first they protested the king of Spain, and now the police were protesting for money. And right now, and then someone tore down the statue of Ponce de Leon. And the other thing too is
a lot of crime going on over there.
Well, not just that. They're what the hell's that thing where they're mobbing the highway and shutting it down? Flash mobs. They're doing a lot of flash mobs with cars, and people are blocking the highway because the school is protesting here now. The fire department is because the police got what
medical workers.
Right, the police got what they wanted. So now the fire department's starting to protest. The teachers are protesting, and the medical people are protesting.
Yeah.
Oh, he was a superintendent? Everyone wants to protest nowadays. Yeah. So right now, it's like once the police... First it was the Spain guy they protested.
Yeah, they didn't want him here.
And they gave him the key to San Juan. The Puerto Ricans didn't like that because, like I said, the Puerto Ricans are proud to be Americans, but still be their own country.
Yeah.
You know, they're proud of that. And they felt like this guy was just given the key to Spain was like, hey, because remember, Puerto Rico was owned by Spain. And that's why we still have Spain rules here and Spain laws. And a lot of people just felt like when they gave him the key that they were disrespecting the people. He was on the news there all the time because he was, oh, cool. His father was a superintendent of the police over here. But, you know, now, like I said, then all of a sudden the police were protesting. They got their money or whatever. And now you have these other people protesting. Now you have people that are blocking the roads and the highways in San Juan, literally parking trucks sideways.
So where you ain't getting up.
Yeah. So it's kind of like San Juan is going through an emotional time right now. And the crime is in certain areas in San Juan. It's bad. And it's not the lack of police. It's not the lack of anything. It's just that over there you have a lot of Dominicans, Mexicans, and Puerto Ricans, you know, all combined. Because if you... Yeah, let me see what that does.
Too much...
Because of you, I got to drink my coffee and watch the sunrise. Thank you. Well, you're welcome, Francisco. I mean, that's just imagine living here and just seeing that every day, or, you know, you're retired. And look, the workers are going there to my uncle's house. And then, like I said, all we have to do is go this way across the street to my cousin's house, and then we can see the sunset. Go in front of my uncle's house off that cliff, and we could see the sunset there. So just imagine.
I told Erica you went rolling down like a roly-poly.
Yeah, and that's what's cool about it. Like, you know, like you can go to one family member's house and watch the sunset, and you can come over here and watch the sunrise. I think if you're up there way up there where the radio station is, you might be able to see it from the water. But you don't have to drive to the beach over here to see a sunset or a sunrise. And if you watched earlier in the video this morning, you seen that planet. That planet was real close this morning. Yeah. And the moon, when it's a full moon, the moon will come up either over there or over here at nighttime when it's a full moon. And the oh my God, my grandmother would remind every day that I have a million different cousins, and oh yeah, no matter where you go to, it's like, this is, you know, your cousin here, this is your second cousin, this is your cousin's wife's cousin. I think that's where the Puerto Ricans got what's up, cuz.
Yeah.
When Puerto Ricans see each other, it's just like the Black Americans, you know, when they say what's up, bro. You know, over here, the Puerto Ricans, it was always, what's up, cuz, you know, what's up, primo? Hey, primo, pasa, primo. That's all day, that's all you're saying. And everyone's looking at you like, You know, in the United States, when they say "What's up, primo," it's just because of the closeness of another Puerto Rican. They feel like, but over here in Puerto Rico, when you say "What's up, primo," "What's up, cuz," that's really your cousin.
That is
What's
funny.
up, cuz? That could be your second cousin or your third cousin, but it's literally your cousin. And like I said, I think that's where they got "What's up, cuz" from the Puerto Ricans, and then the black people they use "What's up, bro," because probably they had a lot of brothers. Because Puerto Ricans don't say "What's up, bro." They always say "What's up, cuz," no matter what. Yo, cuz. Yo, cuz. I remember when I was younger and I was on a Ferris wheel way up at the top, and I could just hear a cousin down there. Yo, what's up, cuz? And I'm up, hey, what's up, cuz? People don't believe in Puerto Rico because I'm white, green eyes, but then they say, yeah, but Puerto Ricans have green eyes. A true Puerto Rican has green eyes and stuff. So I can't see why they wouldn't think you're Puerto Rican. And the thing is, I'm like, I mean, my eyes are brown, but you can see a tint of green to them. But Puerto Ricans do
Y'all
have
have light
green eyes.
eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, some people think I'm Italian, but
Well, you do look
my
Italian.
roots are Italian. You got to remember, uh, before the Dominicans came here and the Mexicans came here and the Brazilians came here, there was two colors in Puerto Rico. There was the Italian color that you turn brown like me,
Mm-hmm.
and
You had the Puerto
there's the
Rican color.
Puerto Rican Indian blood,
Yeah.
which they're a darker color. So if you come across a Puerto Rican that was born here and they're more darker, that's they have Indian blood in them. That's they have the true bloodline. Uh, Now, if you have Puerto Rican that has the lighter one, then they are Puerto Ricans, but their line, we've traced our line back to Corsica. The Colombani family here, this family here that owns this mountain is from Corsica. If you pull up Colombani, it shoots anyone whose name is Colombani. That is our family in Italy, in France, wherever there's a Colombani,
Yep.
which is Corsica. As a matter of fact, they named a beach over here the
Corsica.
Corsican beach.
Yep.
Yes, the Taino. Yeah, that's the truth. But they have a beach here called the Corsica Beach because that's where the Corsicans used to come in and
Yeah.
land in Rincon. And they named a beach after them.
Yep.
And a lot of Corsicans came from Corsica, which at the time was owned by Italy, and they came over here to Puerto Rico.
Right.
And in Rincon is where they were landing. So they named that beach.
Corsica.
But this whole island, top of this island here, a majority of the people here are from Corsica, Italy. But my family roots, we are from Corsica.
Yep.
We are the same Colombanis that are in Corsica.
Sure enough.
Yeah, that's why they call us Corsicans. Like when they see when they talk about certain families that came from Corsica, they call them Corsicans. They don't call them Puerto Ricans because, of course, they came from Corsica. It's like, you're not Puerto Rican, you're Corsican. Like, what the hell? At first, I was kind of like, what the hell is that? Like, no, I'm not
But
Corsican.
but you also have the native Indian in you as well.
Yeah, see, his grandfather uh, came to Puerto Rico as a merchant marine from Spain.
Ooh.
So my wife says I tried to colonize her. Hey, and I think the reason that they knocked down the Ponce de Leon statue
Because he had slaves.
was because they said he had slaves. Because again, he was from Spain. He was kicked out of Puerto Rico after he was governor for a while.
They told him go north.
Same thing. Yeah, they told him that you better go to Florida or something. And then same thing with Christopher Columbus when he landed here. he wore out his welcome to the Puerto Ricans. Go north,
son, go north.
They told him to go north. And then, of course, that's where he landed, was in Florida. Or somewhere in the Americas and stuff. And I think that's a Russian person that made that comment there, because I've seen this comment. And good morning. And hopefully you understand this. But, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of history in Puerto Rico that a lot of people just don't know. Now, a lot of Dominicans landed here. And I'm not saying that, but that's where a lot of the drugs are. Is in little areas of pockets of San Juan. It's very bad out there. The mosquitoes is not that bad. The mosquito, I mean, I think I might have got bit once or twice, but I don't know if it was from a horsefly or a mosquito, because they do got horseflies here, like in New Jersey. But the mosquitoes population isn't that bad out here. Now the bumblebees, and it could be because we're in the winter months, but the bumblebees, oh my God. Have you seen the video when we were eating downtown? They planted so many. Yes, the Coast Guard and the called Puerto Rican border. Yeah, well, they do have Puerto Rican border control here.
Oh yeah, and they're out thick.
And the Coast Guards are here. And yeah, they are out thick. The border patrol does not play around. And it's not the same border patrol like in the U.S. border patrol. Like they have, like their border patrol here, they kick you out. You know, like they don't play around, and they go after the drugs. Same thing with the Coast Guard. Coast Guard will fly here because to the left of us is Aguadilla. That's where the Coast Guard and the Border Patrol run out of. It's still U.S. owned, but they're mainly looking for drug people that are coming in from the ocean.
Yeah.
And they don't play around there. That's for damn sure. There ain't no such thing as you land on Puerto Rico, you're free. No. They're taking your butt right back where you came from. And so there's no, like I said, same thing with the police over here. You know, there's no such thing as you got rights. You got a right. You got a right to shut up or talk. It's better just to talk, because if you shut up, they're gonna beat the hell out you anyway. I mean, you can't claim police brutality in Puerto Rico because it goes straight up to the top. The police brutality. The guy's like, "Oh, you got beat up? What happened to you?" "He slapped me." "Oh, that's all he did? Hang on a second. We beat the hell out you and break your leg." Go stay at the air station with my coach. Well, there is a museum over there, and we can see Aguadilla. We're only 20 minutes from there.
Yeah.
There is a museum, but I think it was closed because of the COVID situation. And
a lot of the museums are closed.
And that's another, crazy story too about the museums. I see my uncle's up.
I heard him. He already hollered at you once.
Did he?
Anthony.
But that's another history thing about the United States military used to be here. That used to be the naval base, and then they used to have one by Vieques. And what happened was the Mono Island and stuff like that, United States was using for practicing. That's where they would shoot their bombs at, the empty islands and around Vieques. Well, of course, all the people on this side and in Aguadilla, they were making money. They had good jobs. They were making United States money.
Yeah.
The people that worked in the kitchen or in the commissaries, and Vieques, they weren't giving them money, but they were bombing them. And then one day a bomb accidentally hit the island and killed somebody. And they had a protest for years. They didn't want the United States here. Al Sharpton lost weight protesting for Vieques. Yeah. Well, guess what? When George Bush was like, "Okay, you want us out of here," he closed all the bases here. But it's still United States property. But he closed all the bases. He took the military out of here. Well, when he took the military out of here, Aguadilla, the whole West Coast, everyone lost their jobs.
And then they're bitching.
2022, the people here in Puerto Rico are regretting they ever let the United States military go. Because don't get me wrong, the Puerto Ricans have their own military. They're the National Guard. They don't have an armed force, but they do have a U.S. National Guard.
Mm-hmm.
But the main part of that's the airport that we come in that's only open for 7 hours every other day, that only 2 or 3 flights come in a day.
2 came in last night.
So that's what they're using that now. Yeah, Fort Buchanan. Yep. And like I said, now these Puerto Ricans are regretting that they ever let the United States go, especially on this side. They lost a ton of jobs. But like my uncle was saying, the bad thing was the United States was never given. If they were giving money to Vieques, then Vieques would be quiet.
Right.
If that accident had happened when they accidentally they bombed the house and injured people, if they would have gave them money and whatever, they would have been happy. It's not just for the money, but it's kind of like they were left out like a stepchild because they weren't connected to the island.
Right.
But yet they were being used as a training place.
Right.
So that was kind of like my uncle was saying. It was more of Vieques felt like they were abused, like they weren't gaining nothing from the military to be here other than
being
missiles being thrown that way. Where on the Aguadilla side, and I think Ponce or Carolina. Hey, good morning, Deb. And on the Carolina, the Ponce, they were being in San Juan. They were all getting treated good because that's where the Americans were spending all their money. That's where the jobs were. Like I said, you could be a civilian and work on U.S. Military base because they need people.
Cooks and
they
people
need
to
cooks,
clean.
people to street clean. Just like any jobs, they needed all that. All them people lost their jobs, man, and that was when Puerto Rico started turning into like a third world country.
Yep.
But now they regret it. They regret that they let the United States
and like half of
go.
them here, they're still undivided. Half of them want to become a national state. The other half doesn't want.
Yeah.
So,
and that's because of federal taxes. They're scared.
Yeah.
That with all this money that they're being taken, because now they tax them.
Yeah.
It takes a city to feed it. Yeah, it does. And then now with the federal tax, Puerto Rico's never paid federal tax. Never has. And they never used to pay state taxes. Well, now they pay state taxes. That happened in the 90s.
Yeah.
Because people were building houses here without paying taxes. So, hence the 90s came. Now there's taxes. I remember you went to a store, you bought something for $1, it was $1. 99 cents, it was 99 cents. Now it's the tax here is either 7%.
It's 7%.
Over here. Well, a lot of people are scared because, the taxes. Now they'll have to pay federal taxes. So now you got to remember, there's no $15 an hour protest over here.
No.
You get caught in a protest, you can get billy clubs over here. And all they can tell you is like, hey, you were at the wrong place at the wrong time. But there is no $15 an hour. Like BB says, it's probably, I gotta ask my cousin, it's probably like $8, And then if you work for the city, the government, you might get $9.
Yeah.
But that's the whole thing is there, just because is there still good deals on houses in the campo? I mean, everything's went up.
Yeah.
Everything. Especially here in Rincon, the prices are high because everyone wants to move out into the mountains. Yeah. Everyone wants to get away from that city.
Let's just put it to you this way. Buy your land and then build your house.
Yeah. because houses here can run $200,000 plus.
Oh yeah.
And then you live out here and you spend $200,000 for what? For your water to be off certain times of the day. In the summertime, your water, you might not have water for a month. I mean, big difference. But it's not hard to live out here once you, if you've already been through the no water situation and the no electric. Yeah, Rincon is the gringo. Yeah, it is. It is. It is. It's the surfer hippie town. A lot of Americans bought stores down there. I want to live on a boat. I don't see many boats out there because I promise you, when you see the waves, oh my God, I don't think anyone lives on a boat unless it's a battleship because
those waves were coming in about 10 feet high yesterday.
I told BB, I know what it looks. I probably know. I have a feeling on what a tsunami looks like.
And that was just 10 feet high.
And I was like, I couldn't believe the waves out here. Uh, but it's expensive out here. I mean, and a lot of people that had over in Fajardo, yeah, Fajardo, Aguadilla, that's just all. The waves are kicking butt, unnaturally, that I've never seen. But it's the winter time. This is the time you don't go into the water unless you're a surfer. But we don't even see that many boats out there when they go fishing.
I see one or two a day.
When we look out here and we see like some charter boats out there. Now San Juan might be a different story. Oh, wait till you see the beaches we got, Dad Vader. Like I was saying earlier, we went to places that only the locals know about and they go to. What a Puerto Rican that lives here. Every place we ever went to was a non-tourist destination.
We went to places that he has never gone.
Some places I never went to, never even knew was here and stuff. But yeah, we went to the videos that will be coming out. It's going to be beaches and stuff that, you have to hike to.
Oh, they're amazing.
But it's worth it because, like I said, there's not a lot of people there. It's just comfortable. But a lot of these beaches you don't want to bring beer to because that same path you took to get to this hole-in-the-wall beach is the same path you got to take back. I know some are afraid to buy in the southwest side because of the earthquake. Well, that's in the center. That's where the earthquakes are right now. That's where the earthquake's been.
But they have felt them in Rincon as well.
Yeah, they felt little vibrations here, but the epic center is in the middle of the island. Another thing that's a change that they've noticed, that in the middle of the island, because it's high mountains up there, the weather's been getting to about 54 degrees up there. Where out here, it stays normally 68. Yeah. So they're noticing that too, that in that center part, it's a tiny bit colder, right, than it is on the outskirts of it. But I think my uncle said there was like 20 houses destroyed. And
the last earthquake they had.
Yeah. And that's the only thing that stinks is that, you have this whole world continent shifting and stuff. And, you have a house like us. We're on a balcony. God forbid if there's an earthquake. I tell BB, I don't give a shit. You feel a little shake, you run towards that kitchen
of the house.
And you get on that road because, we're on a 2-story balcony here. My cousin across the road there, he made his house solid cement, no bricks or nothing.
It's solid.
His house is a fortress. I'm not saying that an earthquake can't shake it down, but his house is solid cement.
And that's how they're doing them now, is solid. Yeah. They're not doing it with the center blocks anymore and just rebar.
I can almost smell. My sinuses have been pretty good out here. I mean, every now and then the pollen's not bad. And like I said, the sky's always blue.
A beautiful blue.
You hardly smell any pollution. But then again, we haven't been in San Juan, so this is all country out here. But
It's just the way BB likes it. I like the
I mean, I'm
country
dark
life.
as all hell. I got dark. You don't get sunburned. You get real dark, but
I got dark too.
I got to be careful because I might have skin cancer on my leg. I know BB had skin cancer on her hand, so we got to get that checked out. There is a building, Engineer College in Rincon, that sets the standards there. Yes. Yeah, there is. Definitely. But you know, like I said, you got to remember these people that have houses that aren't that were could have been here 20 years ago, 30 years ago, cement houses. They weren't engineered for earthquakes. You know, people that went and built houses on top of their houses so that their kids can live upstairs. Like in my cousin's house, you know, he built a house on top of a house. A lot of people do that because it's cheaper than to go buy a house. And the roofs are flat. A lot of the older generation, they had the flat roofs. And then what another person would do is they would build on top of that. And then on top of that, they would build on top of that.
The houses here are about 3 stories.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because like I said, you know, instead of your kid going somewhere, he could just live on top of you, have his own, pay for it, have his own house, and you guys or have different electric lines and stuff. Now, those houses that were built like 20, 30 years ago, those are the ones that they had small beams.
Yeah.
Like my uncle was saying, like the beams to this house.
We need to make them bigger.
We should make our beams bigger and put more beams here because of the earthquake. You know, who knew 20 years from that point would be earthquakes.
Right.
So I thought about building a ICF house there. Help build second floor, grandparents. Yeah. Another thing that's getting popular here is containers.
Mm-hmm.
Container houses. People are starting to build container houses, and they're stacking them too.
Yeah,
so that's another thing that is getting very popular. As a lot of people are going to the container houses, and I think we've seen a couple in Rincon.
Yeah.
And stuff.
There's a few up on the mountain.
Yeah. But they're definitely doing container houses.
Yep, that's the new thing.
And
right
I think that would be, if I had a container house, I would build it on flat, not as a balcony, but then build it in stories. And I think that's where this one guy, matter of fact, if we can remember where that container house is.
It's up that way. Yeah. It's going up towards.
I'm just saying, if we remember where that
2.
container house is.
Yeah.
But that's the big thing now is container houses. That's the route I would go. Is a container house on
And he's
flat.
got one of the long containers.
Yeah.
It's not one of the short. But I've seen a couple short containers that they're converting into a house.
Yeah, it's a tiny home.
Yeah, it's a tiny home. I mean, they've got like one container, then there's a little bit of space, and then they've got the other little container, which would probably equal about this size of the top of the house.
Right.
You know, and then you build your concrete and everything in between. And I mean, you're going to do that. I say, if you treat it right, because I watch Life Uncontained on YouTube, and I've seen that couple. They moved from Florida to Texas, and I've seen what they can do. And this couple had no idea how to build a house. He's not a construction or anything like that. He's a computer geek. And they have built, it's taken them 3 years, but they have built a beautiful home with those containers.
Yeah, because he says he's seen Airbnb got containers here. Yeah.
Yeah.
And those are along the
coast.
Right, along the coast. Yes, Airbnb containers. They're stacking them
Yeah, like apartments.
or hotels or
Yeah.
resorts and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that is true. Yep. But I feel like a container would be a heck of a lot stronger.
Well, it's made of steel. It's all steel.
That's another thing they're doing here. Is a lot of people are going solar, Dad Vader. But the way that my cousin explained his solar system was, he's got two panels with either two or four batteries, like
Car
the
batteries.
well, he was using car batteries at first, but now he's got the dry cell batteries, and he can have his refrigerator, TV,
PlayStation.
right, PlayStation, and something else running.
Two of the rooms running.
Right, it's not the whole house because you have to get more and more solar panels, and of course, you have to get more and more batteries, and that's living off the grid, like literally no ties to
The electric.
the electric. Now there is a house around here, like my uncle over there. He has a diesel engine power generator. Yes, that diesel engine will power his house,
The whole
and
house.
he had that before.
The hurricane.
But the only thing bad about having a power diesel engine is someone has to service that either every month or 3 months. You have to at least run it once a month. You can't just have it there. But when my cousin was saying that there is a house here that either has 16 or 20 panels, and during the day they use the solar panels, and during the night it gives them 8 hours of the house, off the battery.
Yeah.
At nighttime and stuff.
Yeah, because like my son in Florida, his whole house runs off solar.
Right. But I'm saying, but they do have the electric line hooked up to the house.
Yeah.
In Puerto Rico, you're just using a solar with a converter and batteries, like boat batteries. That's what they're using here and stuff. That's the only thing that's bad, is that if you don't have an income to do that, then you're like my cousin. You got two panels and it was solar. He got it wired up to solar, a refrigerator, TV, and everything.
Yeah, in 2 rooms of the house.
Yeah. So, but then the other half of the house is still electric. Because it's expensive here. To them, anyway. It's expensive for electricity. And then they got the solar heaters on the roof with the tin containers.
Yep.
But
a lot of
solar,
them are going to that too.
But solar would be perfect. But then again, the only thing that stinks is a hurricane. The island gets hit with a lot of hurricanes, a lot of tropical storms, depending where you're living. Just imagine bringing all that stuff up here to a mountaintop. Where you're going to set it at. Then you got to run the wire. I mean, it's expensive. It's definitely expensive.
But hey, people are doing it because they don't want to have to pay the electric bill. Which in a way, it's a give and take. I mean, you're either going to pay for it one way or another.
Yeah.
And then eventually, you get away from the electric company, and you go solar. I mean, you're off the grid to where, and a lot of people are wanting to do that. They don't want to have to depend on power companies anymore, because any god little thing can cause you not to have power. We're like that in the States.
Yeah, but a lot of people here do have a couple of solar panels just in case.
Yeah.
Because especially after the hurricane, just imagine going one whole year with no power.
Right.
1 year. There's a guy that drives through the mountain. The military would drive through the mountain to hand you water and ice. Once a week, they would come through and drop off water and ice to you. But my uncle, he did good through the hurricane because he had that generator, and then he has the well.
Yeah.
And he didn't lose no electricity.
No.
He was running
Straight
But
power.
that's straight. That would probably be the way I would go.
Generator.
If
Yeah.
you had the money, I would do generator. Have someone, and I said, don't, like I said, it's the maintenance. That's where you're spending a lot of money. Now I was looking online about DoorDash. There is DoorDash here. But I promise you.
I won't be doing it here, folks.
No, not that. It's not worth it doing it here because if you think about 5 miles on a mountain or kilometers as they would say, but they do have DoorDash. I looked at in 2019, DoorDash came here and Uber Eats. And but this is not DoorDash and
another one, you Munchies, yeah.
Munchies delivery. But this is not DoorDash territory, this island. Because number one, you have traffic. And I'm talking about traffic. I mean, like in New York City or Florida, where, they call them lunch lights. Man, these dudes got breakfast, lunch, and dinner lights. and I don't even know, even in San Juan, because San Juan, the roads are so tight. Where the hell are you going to find parking? Unless you're delivering within 1 mile of San Juan on a bicycle. I'm serious. Like, this country is not a DoorDash pot of gold.
Yeah.
I don't care who says they DoorDash here. You ain't making no money. And then you got to remember too now, because this is not the United States. This is Puerto Rico. DoorDash can pay these people, I don't even know what they're paying them, but they can pay them whatever they want to. It's not like the United States, There ain't going to be no $5 minimal pay or,
or $2.50.
Or $2.50. You might be lucky to get $1.50 or $3. So that's the other thing. Oh, he rides an electric unicycle. And his friends who ride DoorDash check out electric unicycles in New York City. Yeah, I'll check that out. But I mean, unless you got a bicycle here or a moped, I mean, like, this is definitely, me personally.
Unless you're driving an ATV with the thing in the back.
But I'm just saying, me personally, this is not a DoorDash, like I said, there's Dashers out there. There's delivery. Hell, Domino's Pizza delivers. Marco's Pizza delivers. Those two are famous. Subway's here. So you got a Marco's, a Domino's. Did you see a Papa John's?
Yes.
A Papa John's.
Me and Anna seen a Papa John's.
A Subway.
Going to Aguililla.
Wendy's, McDonald's, Burger King, Applebee's.
Yeah.
Sizzlers.
Church's Chicken.
KFC, yep. Trying to think if I seen anything else that was I think that's it. But I don't even think I would even be a pizza delivery driver here. Driving through these mountains. I mean, these people don't have addresses post up in the front. And this GPS, I promise you, you don't want to go through their short routes. We went through a short route one time that the GPS took us to the beach. It wanted us to go down a freaking road that, man,
washed out.
It was washed out. It says, no, go that way.
No, it's blocked off.
But this is definitely, in my personal opinion, I could be wrong, but I think I'm right. This is not a DoorDashable friendly country.
Environment here.
Yeah. Yeah. And then you have to change. And then when you download DoorDash, you have to download DoorDash Puerto Rico. You can't, like, when we turn on our DoorDash, it shows Puerto Rico. Same thing with Uber Eats, but you have to download their app, which is DoorDash Puerto Rico. It's different from DoorDash, in the United States. United States, that's just basically DoorDash, You can drive from any state to state and dash. Over here, this is DoorDash, Puerto Rico. You got to download their app. And like I said,
and let's just say the GPS isn't they need to Google to get out here and map stuff because yeah.
My first tattoo strip club driving way, so many firsts there. I bet. I bet. That's like when I was young. So many things out here that I did. But this year, man, I did a lot of firsts. I did a lot of firsts on those beaches.
Out here, he got drunk and his grandma beat him in the church. He goes to church, he falls asleep. His grandma beat him again.
This is like the first partying experience. But yeah, it's starting to get warm, baby.
I know. He was supposed to take a girl out on a date. His uncle went out with his uncle. He got drunk, came home, passed out. Grandma found out about it. He got beat again.
Why are you giving Dad Vader all this information for?
And then she beat the uncle.
A lot of firsts out here.
That church I would have loved to see.
Oh yeah, church is a must over here. That's for damn sure. You live here and you live next door to your parents or above them, your butt is in church. If my grandmother was alive today, we'd be in church. Forecast is like in the 80s, 8.
Yeah.
It's been like that all week, 88 and 68 is the lows. But that's the forecast for the rest of the week. Fortunately, we're only here till Wednesday. Hey, what's up, Kyle? Oh, sleepyhead. But it's been like this every day. Even though they have some black clouds out there, but no rain or nothing. Just, I guess they're just coming across the island from the ocean. But every night around 5 o'clock, some black clouds always in that area there. But they don't do nothing. They don't really produce no rain. They're just, I don't know if they're what they call winter clouds because it's like cool air is in it, but there's definitely no rain. But last night was windy as all hell. It was real windy. Because I think that storm that came across the United States, the bottom end that runs across Florida, the cold air doesn't run, but the wind was just passing by. But they say in February it gets worse at nighttime. 1 minute it's like this, but then once all the clouds are cleared at nighttime, that wind comes through like it whips. I mean, literally whips through the valley. One thing I did see here is a couple of shooting stars. That was pretty cool because it's dark out here. So I was able to see a couple of shooting stars and stuff. Yeah, we sleep with the window open and with sheets. That's it. 2 sábanas. See, the window's open. The window's open. And we have air conditioning in this house. There is air conditioning, but why use it? Beautiful breeze. Nice little sheet on you. Oh, and the ceiling fan running. But yeah, we've had the house windows open all day and all night. And sometimes we have to close them if it gets too windy. It starts slamming the doors in the house and stuff. But today we're just getting ready to pack because today is our last full day. What's today? Today's Tuesday?
Yes, sir.
Yep. Today is our last full day of thing. Then tomorrow we get up early, and then we have to be at the airport at 9:30, which is only 20 minutes from here, so I can return the car. All right, Francisco.
just like I said, we got a lot of videos coming out when I get home. Gotta just put them together. We're gonna have a lot of nice beach videos coming out and stuff. So, and thanks for joining us, and thanks again uh, for the donation. That was pretty nice. Thank you and your New York City mom. Thank her too.
Yeah, cameraman's got a lot of it edited. We just got to get everything uploaded to YouTube once we get home, and then they'll start rolling out, guys.
Yeah, and then we'll get back to doing. By that time, we should be back to doing stuff in Florida.
Yeah.
Again, because we definitely got to get back into DoorDash and
after we're home a week.
Oh no, not a rush. I'm just saying, like, but the villages, like, I want to do a lot of villages, and we do want to go. And the reason we want to DoorDash too, because we want to put some money away, because we want to go whitewater rafting.
After we leave Puerto Rico.
Yeah, we want to go whitewater rafting in Tennessee.
Around July, August.
And then we do want to go to Michigan.
Yes, my home.
Those are two, like, must we do want to do over there.
Yes.
Before we come back to Puerto Rico. But yeah, we want to put some money away from the DoorDash.
Yeah.
And stuff. Make sure the cars are good.
Yep.
And go to the villages. We want to go to the villages a lot. That seemed to be a nice area there.
And then we have to start looking for a car or an ATV to have shipped here. Because this rental crap, I have a harder time getting out of this Hyundai.
And BB's been driving too.
Yeah, I'm driving the mountains.
BB's been driving the mountains. Got some video of that and stuff.
See? My driving's not bad. He's not dead.
No. Haven't driven off a cliff yet or lost brakes.
Nope. We got a nice bubble on the side of the tire.
For later, we want to, but the villages is still unsure, but price is going up. Well, I don't want to move into the villages.
No, we just go to have a good time.
I mean, just go there to have a good time now. I mean, if I had some money, I'd definitely build in the villages, and they're building that new section too. In the villages, another area.
Yeah, that's going to be the
and
fourth
possibly
one.
Yeah, it's going to be at a fourth center. I don't know if we'll be alive to see it, but they're starting to build homes over there. The only thing that's good and bad about the villages is that I just feel that the bad part about the village is that when you live in a community of different people, and it's like, I always see a lot of people saying, like, there was somebody on a Facebook thing saying, like, hey, I went to the village pages and they have me blocked or something, and I didn't do nothing. I just went on their page, and someone said, oh, well, that's because it's the villages. They can do what they want to do. That's, hearing that is not what I like about the villages. It's like, it's kind of like controlling, you know what I'm saying? And then you get people trying to control
because you
don't
and live there, you don't have the right to.
They didn't have red pepper flakes on the pizza shop. Natalie, you're right. I did mention that yesterday. I don't know if I didn't even ask. I'm going to be honest with you. I didn't even ask if they had the red pepper. But you are correct. They didn't have the red pepper or the Parmesan cheese. That's what makes a pizza. Just a little dab of that red pepper. All right, so New York, like I said, New York and Puerto Rico, boy, they up there in the pizzas. But like I was getting back to the villages, was I just don't like to hear that when you live there. That's like I didn't like to live in a subdivision at first. I mean, not saying I don't live like a pig or leave garbage. I understand what subdivisions are there for, but I don't want someone to tell me what to do, and it's my house and my property. and tell me how to live when you know what I'm saying? Like you get people that are say you get a person that cleans a lot every day, and you clean once a week. Both your houses are clean. You know what I mean? You don't mess your house that much once a week, but this person just has to, like a OCD. I don't need someone with OCD to tell me I need to do this. I need to nah. Because I mean, that is the biggest complaint is living in the villages is that when you live in those little things, you can't do nothing. I mean, you can't put if you're throwing away a sink, you can't even put that in front of your house.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, I love the idea not to park in front of your house to keep the streets clear, but just stupid stuff. Yeah, and they are very judgmental. But the crazy thing is, the ones that are the judgmental are not the same villagers that go down to the
Squares.
squares. That's the different. Those people that go to the squares are the non-judgment people. It's the ones that don't go to the squares and probably either or they're in charge of an activity or they're in charge or they're the president or they're the secretary or the those are the people that are the judgmental, the ones that don't do nothing, that they just want to live there and that's it. The advantage to them is that it's quiet, it's peaceful, and they can go shopping and stuff. The disadvantage, like I said, is that those are usually the people that are judgmental and that complain and but other than that, the villages overall, like they have nothing better to do. Yep, you're right. And someone did invited us. She's supposed to be back with her husband in the villages, and she's gonna let us drive her go kart. She's gonna give us the go kart for the day,
Card.
golf cart, and we might have the golf cart for a couple of days, depending how long they're there. All we have, she says, all we have to do is download some map. I think it's like $8 to download, and it shows you all the map of the villages to drive through. So we're definitely going to do that. But like I said, the people that do go to the squares, those are the most non-judgmental people
Those are the
ever.
ones that are down to
Yeah,
earth.
it's only the ones that are judgmental is the ones that are into political, whether they're a Democrat or a Republican, and they're out there. We see them sometimes where they're like, who cares? Wear what you want to wear, do what you want to do, But the judgmental, I couldn't live with someone or in an area that there's too much judgment there because I go crazy. You know, it's like they say, if you're not one of the boys, then of course you're the one that they're gonna always go after.
Yeah.
And if you're doing everything right, screw that. That's why I'm happy I'm on private property. Like I said, now that we live like a pig and we got trash thrown outside, but I can't have someone tell me what to do and
What I can
yeah,
plant, what I can't
yeah,
plant.
what you got to color your house, yeah, because there's things that they can't do. Can't put certain plants out there. Can't put a flag out there. You
They
can't.
have to go through the home association to get the house
Yeah.
painted a certain color, and
Hmm.
it has to be approved through all that. Yeah,
Yeah.
been there, done
But
that myself.
as
Don't
far as the
care.
partying side of the villages, that's perfect. I love the villages that way, but not the living there. I mean, you better, like I said, you're better off just living right next door. But they're trying to clean that whole area out for them. Well, anyway, I got one disconnect already on the phone, so that means
People are
everyone's waking up. And but today we got a pack. We're gonna do a video in the cemetery. I doubt it's gonna be live, but we're gonna do a video.
well, we'll try.
Oh yeah, that's right. And then I'm gonna get BB on two terrorist roads that are very bad.
I think he's trying to kill me, y'all.
And
Before
get
we,
BB on two roads that are bad.
I think he's trying to kill me.
And we recorded that with whatchamacallit. Yeah, we already have problems here. Pull every weed, power wash, it dries. Yeah. Yeah, you get people like that. And that's the only reason I hated the subdivisions.
Yeah.
It's because of that.
They got good and bad.
Yeah. The other thing too is in those subdivisions, if you don't cut your grass or paint your house, and
They'll find
well, not they'll fine you, but if the president and the vice president, they all agree, your council people, they get someone to cut your grass, they put a lien on your house until you pay that person off that cut your grass. That's what's bad about living. Same thing with your house being painted. Your paint's falling apart and you don't want to listen. They get someone to paint your house, they will put a lien on your house.
They sure will.
And they could take your house from you from that lien. And because you got to pay someone to paint your house or cut your grass. Oh yeah. Yeah, when you live in those things, I've heard stories when I first moved down here, just in the subdivision alone. I've heard stories where they've taken people's houses away from them just because of cutting grass and or painting a house. They call a private contractor to come out there and cut your grass, and they put a lien and you don't pay it. I've seen them literally take your house just because of that lien.
Yep.
And they'll friggin' get their money, sell your house to somebody else, get their money's worth, and you can't do nothing because you signed it in the bylaws. It's in the bylaws there. All the bylaws there say you have to keep your house up to date. Like where Carlos and Sean live at, they can only have certain colors. They have to ask permission. Someone puts a lien on your house, they could take your house from you. And that's the only bad thing about living in a subdivision, is that if you got your house paid off or you're almost paid off, and man, I'd go on a massacre. I wouldn't know what to do. But I've heard stories, horror stories on that. I've never had an issue other than the fence one time, where they said, "Oh, your fence is supposed to be in back of the house, not on the side." And then at the time you weren't allowed satellite, and then some guy sued the subdivision and won that you can put satellite
there. Yeah.
And no one cared about the fence no more, because as a subdivision, you got
bigger.
Right, you got subdivisions that they get older and bigger and people just get less and less caring about it. But usually in the beginning,
there's sticklers.
There's sticklers there.
Oh yeah.
We had to replace our mailbox, $1,200 to be exactly the same.
Yep.
Dad Vader. $1,200 for a freaking mailbox, dude.
You know how many mailboxes I can go buy for $1,200?
You pay $1,200 for a mailbox that brings you nothing but bills. And then you have to stare at that $1,200 every day and wonder what bill comes through that. So that $1,200 mailbox is going to cost you more.
Oh yeah.
But it is ridiculous. But that's why no one never reads the fine print. Everyone, not you, Dad Vader, but I'm just saying in general, no one reads the fine print. Everyone, when they buy something.
Carlos and Sean has.
Yeah, Carlos and Sean read that book.
They went through that with a fine-tooth comb.
I will tell you, two people that I do know that have read.
And they know those bylaws by heart.
Even on the inside of the house, they can't do certain things.
Yep.
But those are the two people that I know that they read every T, every period.
Yep.
Every dot before they chose where they lived. And they know that, hey, this is what we chose.
Yeah.
But a lot of people, they just rush to buy houses.
And they don't think.
And then all of a sudden they hear some good parts, but they don't keep reading. And then when it's like, yo, you can't do this, like you can't cut your grass on Tuesdays, and you're like, what? You're going to get fined. If you don't pay the fine, they put a lien. If you don't pay the lien within a year, they will take your house from you through the courts so that they can get their money now. Mm-hmm. They ain't going to wait for you to retire. They only give you a limited time to get that fine money. Then after that, they go to court with it.
Yep. And then you got court costs.
Then you lost your house, because in the court's not going to give you a choice to pay, because you had your chance to pay. That's where the court proceedings when they start coming to your house.
Yeah.
But like I said, there's always good and bad about a subdivision. Always good and bad, but you just got to read it. Definitely got to read your laws. Because what you think you're doing right,
you could be doing wrong.
Yeah. Because Carlos was even saying that they can't even grow fruit trees on their property.
Yep.
Because it brings a bug or something. Just imagine you can't even grow an orange tree or a banana tree in your backyard. Oh my gosh. Yeah, now you dislike it. Yeah, that's why I have a house in Florida that's not in the HOA. It's private property. If I want to leave my car, that's another thing. Working on your car, they won't. A lot of places they don't let you work on your car. Not even take off your tire on the driveway.
Yeah.
And then say if you worked on your car and you got the tire off and you're waiting on a piece to come in, they don't even like that.
Right. They don't like oil stains on the driveway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then same thing with your tags. They don't like you to park backwards. They want to see your tag. If you leave a car parked on the driveway, it has to be registered. You can't just park a car like if you're building a
garage or something.
No, if you're building a muscle car, like restoring a car, they do not like that. That's got to be inside your garage, covered. Anything on that driveway has to be. Same thing with boats. They don't like, some places they don't permit boats.
Yep.
Other places you have to put the boat in the back of your house or on the side. Same thing with trailers.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, my daughter was saying my ex-wife gets fined all the time because she has cars parked. She got a bunch of people living in her house and
they all have cars.
And they all have cars and they get fined for too many cars. And she's like, well, where am I supposed to put them? Or they had a trailer and because he has a garage shop. No HOA. That's what some land. But that too, they've had a trailer there. They got fined for putting a trailer. They got fined for putting a house on wheels with some things or
an RV.
Yeah. They got fined for an RV and stuff. Yeah. I mean, like I said, some places
they're just ridiculous.
Where we go in Orlando, where they park on the streets and they litter and they party. You wish those HOAs were the ones that were more active.
Yeah.
And then some that you could see why those are the most active ones.
Because they don't want it to become like the other ones.
Like I said, it's good and bad.
Yeah.
But another thing that's bad about HOA, especially like in the villages or HOA, is everyone knows your business.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's the house they had to get the $1,200 mailbox because I bet you someone walked by walking, and they just friggin' made a complaint about your mailbox, and oh, that mailbox is not made beautiful.
It needs to be repaired or need a new one there.
Yeah, it's leaning or it's or it's fading. They don't like faded mailboxes, or
especially if they're the concrete.
They hate house peeling or house fading. That's another thing HOAs hate. They don't like it when your house is faded or peeling. They can't stand, or there's mold on your roof.
Yeah.
The good thing is my roof is a little bit dark, and I seen in Home Depot they sell something, a soap that you put up there and you spray, and the rain should wash it down instead of these people that you charge to do that. But I mean, that's probably one of the things I do want to do. Is I got one side of the house in the back because of the trees that are. But you see, homeowners associations, they don't like that. Your roof has to show whatever color it was thing.
And just imagine if you had the ceramic roofing. Oy.
Yeah, you have to take care of that. No cracking, no pieces missing. But definitely. That's why I bought a piece of land.
On private property.
And I didn't have a problem where I lived at. I didn't have a problem.
Well, when I lived in an HOA, it wasn't too bad. Other than
it's just the ones with the more expensive houses, like you guys, and and Carlos.
Yeah.
You guys live in an area where, you know, you could look at $300,000 plus house, and they
Yeah.
want to keep it that way.
Exactly.
In a way, like I said, it's not a bad thing, but it's your money. You know, you're always. It's like someone that says I can buy a Cadillac. Wow, look, they got a used Cadillac for $5,000. Yeah, but guess what?
You're gonna be maintaining
That Cadillac starter costs $500 to replace it. The
Right.
brakes are for. You're like, you don't have that Cadillac money.
Right.
Yeah, almost everything is. But you got to remember too, your Orlando area is a tourist area, which is where homeowners associations started from.
Yeah.
So all that is yes. But like in Lakeland, Dade City, Tampa, when you're inside the city limits in that area there is private property.
Oh yeah.
But in Orlando, unfortunately, it was the reasons of that was so that people wouldn't keep their houses like a garbage.
Right.
Like your house value wouldn't drop.
Right.
But Orlando is the mecca center of subdivisions because every time they tear down and clean a whole forest down, they turn into subdivisions. Just like in Florida, in Lakeland.
Yeah.
Every pieces that they're cleaning that they can buy, a lot of land, they turn them into mini subdivisions. That's, but in that area there where you're at, you're not finding and plus that's where a lot of people like the Orlando Magics, they live in mansions that are in subdivisions and stuff.
Yep.
He said, "Hey, I got a Cadillac." Hey, you're a Bucks fan. You're a Bucks fan. Lost to the Rams. Man, you let Odell Beckham from the New York Giants beat you. So it was a New York Giant connection that beats a Buck.
That's a New York
But
Giant
I do
who's
hope,
got attitude.
I do hope the Cincinnati Bengals do win.
I do too.
Nothing against the Rams, but I do hope the Cincinnati, they deserve a Super Bowl. The Cincinnati, I remember the times when the Cincinnati and the Cleveland Browns and the Raiders, get more of a different mix of cultured football teams out there. Kansas City, they got their due.
Yep, they got theirs.
Yeah. Dad Vader wants Cincinnati to win too because the Rams beat the Bucks.
Yeah. I'm with you, Dad Vader.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But all right, guys, we're going to start getting ready.
Yeah, I can't get this house shut down with that camera on.
See, these are the hurricane shutters.
Yeah, we're not done with them.
That we got to put one here. But those are the hurricane shutters that we got to finish putting.
Around the doors and windows.
And then that right there, and then the window in the back. Because this is where it rains a lot. It comes through here. Then hopefully when we come back, we can start taking care of what
fixing
the hurricane did here. And finishing that up, especially that. That's where I want to plant my coffee and gandulas. Maybe sneak in a lemon tree.
Maybe.
And stuff. And then plus we want to try to go to the cemetery today. And if we don't, that'll be next time. But we definitely do want to put BB on those 2 roads.
Yeah, we're going to do that today.
That's a definitely. And we got to eat.
I got to take my anxiety medicine because that one road goes.
But thanks for everyone who joined us this morning to watch that beautiful sunrise.
Yes, and we're going to probably do a video getting back on the plane and getting home.
Yeah, BB's second time flying.
I love that.
Back home.
That torque when we take off, when it shoves you in the back of that seat.
And then.
I love it. I guess because I love power.
And then when I get home, I can start emailing Dad Vader a bunch of stuff. I think it's time he gets onto the.
Here we go, Dad.
I think whoever wins the Super Bowl and buy Dad Vader a shirt. Maybe I do want the Rams to win.
No.
Yeah.
No, 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 no.
Yes. Yes, yes.
I'm telling you, that man's gonna meet you and he's gonna stick his foot right up your booty. We're gonna have to get it surgically removed.
Plus, we got to plan on 2022. Since we can't go to Dad's Vader's house for
Halloween.
maybe we can Christmas carol.
Oh, yeah.
Then maybe they wouldn't expect that was us Christmas caroling.
If we're the only ones out there doing it, I'm sure they're gonna know it's
The
us.
picture fight's back on. Trust me, you lost. You ain't got nothing to fight for. I'm gonna have all the pictures. Especially when Brady retires and Gronk retires, boy.
I gotta get my jersey of Gronk.
It's
I want that jersey.
It's gonna be the Bucks are back.
I seen that on Amazon. Gronk's jersey. I want that.
I want to get a shirt that says the Bucks are back. And usually that means for another sucky season.
Hey, you should be used to it. You like the Giants.
I'm saying, man, we're coming back. We got a new coach.
Shit.
Heck yeah. And we're going to get that quarterback from Seattle.
Yeah, okay.
Wait till you see Russell Wilson.
Yeah, okay.
Boy, we're going to do some damage out there this year.
Yeah. You said that when they got that other jackass that's now on the Rams.
Whatever.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, we got him. We're going to win the Super Bowl. Yeah, well, that shit didn't happen. Okay?
Talking about Kurt Warner?
No, the one that's at the Rams.
Yeah, he was. Kurt Warner was the Rams.
No, the one that's there now that on the Giants.
Oh, you talking about Odell Beckham?
Yeah.
Hey, he's just a wide receiver.
Well,
He's a
you
diva.
kept saying, "Oh, we got him. We're going to go to the Super Bowl." Yeah.
Okay,
bullshit.
relax, dude. Everyone in the mountain can hear you. They're probably saying, "¿Qué es? Okay, un buccaneer. Un buccaneer, una mierda team."
It's all right. When I get a car and bring it over here, I'll make sure it's got a buck tag on it.
No, I'm not used to it, Dad Vader. Giants are winners. Just remember that. This is the first time in so many years that they've not had a good seasons.
So many years. You
But
heard
they're
that,
coming
Dad
back.
Vader.
Ooh, look, the lizards. It's a Puerto Rican lizard. What's up, dude?
Well, I haven't seen
You know
the
Dad
iguana.
Vader?
I haven't seen the iguana back in the tree.
He's letting me get close. Wow, that lizard's letting me get close, man.
He ain't afraid of you.
We don't buck around. Yeah, that's another shirt. We don't buck around. We don't buck around the Super Bowl. We don't buck around in playoffs. That's right. You don't know how to buck around. I hope that coach, that offensive coach, leaves your team. Brian, whatever, Netflix, whatever the hell his name is. I hope he leaves your team and stuff.
No.
All right, guys. Until our next adventure. We'll see you. What are we eating today?
Food.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Unless you want iguana.
Bye-bye.